Hi guys, it's about 3:15 Eastern through 2:15 Central on this Sunday, August 12th, 2012. I'm Stephen Boyle. Alright, we're going to quickly check what's going on across the country here. Dry weather in the west still with some areas of rain in California. Very hot though in the desert southwest and central California. Some scattered areas of rain here in New England. We'll take a brief check on that in a few minutes. Also a heat advisory into portions of Texas, and then also a flood warning into portions of Texas as well. There is an area of rain in the central portions of the country. It's possible we could get some severe thunderstorms or strong thunderstorms moving through this region today. Alright, let's take a brief check on the radar first. And you can see I don't know if that's rain or not. I'm not sure. It looks like it. And then we also have some scattered showers and thunderstorms moving through the central portions of the country. So that's what's going on here. We also have like I said, we do have a few scattered rain showers moving through New England as well. Alright, so let's zoom on here into New England. We do have a special weather statement in effect for some of the regions in New England. This is a scattered shower, heavy rain shower 3 miles south of Southbridge, or about 11 miles northwest of Putnam, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Some of the locations with the effects would be some torrential rain, wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour, and a clap or two of thunder. And then, of course, some locations affected would include Sturbridge, Southbridge, Charlton, and Oxford. And, of course, that is over the next several minutes here. Let's take a check on the radar image. There is that storm. It is, right now, I would say, around Charlton here. And then and almost into Oxford. And that should eventually be moving into areas south of Worcester. Alright, taking a check on the hazardous weather outlook that we have into western New England here. Isolated to scattered non-severe thunderstorms. Possible ponding on some roadways. Thunderstorms moving southwest to northeast at 20 to 25 miles an hour. There is a chance of thunderstorms Tuesday through Wednesday, and again Friday and Friday night. So we'll have to take a check on that as time persists as we move closer to the events. Other than that, nothing much going on here. There is that hazardous weather outlook into Vermont as well. Same situation. I don't think I need to really get too much into that. But again, Maine, New Hampshire, not much going on. Connecticut, there have been those scattered showers. And then Rhode Island, at this point, not looking like much, but there could be a scattered shower or two around. Alright, let's take a brief check on the models here. If the computer wants to... Okay, here we go. Alright, so there's that rain starting to move out. The area of low pressure is starting to move out of Ontario. This is the NAM model, by the way. And there is another low pressure system that will start moving its way eastward over the course of the next couple days. And by the middle of the week, we should start seeing this rain into our region. And that should be coming out by sometime Wednesday night. Here is a Canadian model. Whoops. We have this area of low pressure into the northeast that should be moving itself out. Then we have another area of low pressure moving through the Ohio River Valley. That will eventually work its way here into New England, giving us some pretty well-needed rain, and some of it being pretty intense. Then we have this frontal system. Also, in the meantime, I want to look at this here. This is what could be this is what was Ernesto. At this point, it looks like it could affect portions of the Baja Peninsula, so I may have to start tracking this thing. But going back to what's going on here in the country here, we have this frontal system, but this low pressure system out into portions of the Tennessee River Valley. that is going to, or Mississippi River Valley. We have this storm that's going to get caught up in this front, and it's going to work its way closer and closer to New England. Watch how this will eventually move north and east, this little storm. So Virginia and North Carolina get some pretty hefty rains, particularly eastern portions of North Carolina and central portions of Virginia. This starts to work its way up the coast, and it looks like New England and New York City and the major cities of the Northeast could all be affected by a very heavy rain swath. And there is that low pressure that could potentially be a tropical storm or a hurricane moving on into portions of Southern California. So that is why I may start tracking this thing. So there's a lot of things that could be going on, and this is the Canadian model, so I'll have to watch out what happens with that. Now, here is that low pressure. It's moving out of Canada, with bringing the rain with it. There is that other low pressure system. It brings rain into New England by the midweek, and then here's that front. The difference between the GFS and the Canadian is that there is no low pressure into the Mississippi River Valley, and there is no low pressure that is going to move up the coast. However, there is this one right here, which is interesting. I don't know where it came from, but it's possible that we could get some rain with fairly heavy rain associated with that. Working our way back to what was Ernesto, the GFS does not have it working its way into the Baja Peninsula, so we'll have to watch out and see which model is right. And then there is a major area of high pressure that's going to eventually work itself in here. There is also this potential tropical storm or hurricane that could hit Texas or Mexico. Again, Florence, looking at, I will go back to showing you the tropics. There's not Florence. What could have been Gordon has a very low chance at this particular point of forming into anything. We have a fairly strong trough in the east and a very strong ridge in the west. This will continue for some time. And normally you think, oh, high pressure, it must be bringing in some pretty humid air. But no, most of this is actually bringing and dragging air down from Canada southward, which is pretty good. And then as time works its way onward, there is this very heavy storm. It's the same one. And it's possible that portions of Texas could get over 4 inches of rain. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And then, of course, we have an area of low pressure here in New England that works its way through, potentially. And that could give us some pretty nice rain. So it looks like overall a cooler and rainier pattern over the course of the next several weeks. So we'll have to see what happens. But overall, that's my forecast, and just taking a check briefly. Taking a check briefly on the hurricanes, or what's not hurricanes, but the tropics here. The National Hurricane Center has this area as a very low chance of forming into anything, and this has a very low chance of forming into anything. But again, I'll continue to watch it. But overall, at this particular point, it doesn't look like anything will be forming. So, also, we have Hector in the eastern Pacific, which was Ernesto. This will continue to work its way north and west, and at this particular point, the National Hurricane Center is saying that this thing will generally move in a northwesterly direction. So that's what's going on away from land. So that's what's going on across the country. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll be back tomorrow with another update. Take care, everyone.